Hi everybody, this is Joanna from Shining Mama, and today is day 5 of my 60-day. Today I want to talk to you about a few things that are my biggest passions at the moment and the few feet of Shining Mama. One is raw food. To be clear, I don't eat 100% raw food. I would like to, but I'm in a country where it's a lot of cold. There's a lot of cold in the winter. There is actually maybe half of the year is cold, although it's changing with the climate change and everything. There are many warm days these days, but it was actually also a conscious choice because my son eats what I eat. And in the beginning I was thinking, okay, so he will be also eating 100% raw food if I do that. In the same time, I don't want him to do that. I want him to check with his body and to learn what all kinds of food are. I don't want to say, I eat raw food, so this is the way. I don't believe in one way to reach things. I don't believe in I believe actually in all ways go to Rome, or how that quote is in Latin. I believe that we all have our own way to reach a kind of balance in our body, and I can teach you about raw food, I can teach him about raw food, I can give him raw, living, yummy food. But if he wants to eat a pizza, it must be possible, in my opinion. So we don't have here like a very hard principle, we eat raw food and only raw food. I make a lot of raw food, I cater raw food, I make the raw chocolates, the shiny boxes, I make raw cakes and all kind of raw snacks, and also sometimes I prepare raw dinners and raw lunches. But I don't propose 100% raw. There are people who can do that. I admire that. It's not my way, and I don't want to be a very extremist in this. I'm talking about raw vegan. Veganism is another way that you can reach a balance in your body. But there are also people who probably eat meat and need meat and whatever. So do whatever feels good for you. Raw food is my way. Maybe we eat maybe 80% in the winter and 90% in the summer, something like that. The percentage is maybe higher and maybe lower in some days, depends on what we can find. And I also love to eat local, so we kind of combine these principles. And I don't propose extremism. So if you are interested in raw food, you can learn it from me. If you're not interested in raw food, also very well. Another pillar of Shining Mama is at the moment art. And I was going to say something else, but I'm going to say it after that, so that's why I was thinking about it. Art is very important for me, for my soul. It's something that followed me since a long time ago. It actually began with writing. I was writing a lot since I know myself. I was interested in writing, and I was interested in calligraphy in the beginning when I was in school. Later, my handwriting just is not very calligraphic anymore. But I was interested in writing stories and poems and everything until a lot of bad things happened and I couldn't write anymore. So that's when actually art came into my life, because I was an architect at the time, and I noticed that there were things that wanted to come out or I wanted to express, but I couldn't express anymore. Not through the architecture that I was making, and I couldn't write anymore at that moment, so I needed an expression way, and it was art. And it started with drawings, then a little bit of color, and then all kind of beings wanted to come out in my art. And right now it's whenever I feel like there's something that I cannot really talk about or write about, or that wants to come through me, then I make art. And I also teach this kind of making of art, because I also make meditative photography and meditative art. Well, it's a kind of a mixed media, but I'm going to talk about it in a future video a little bit more. The next pillar, which actually kind of had a birth in this last year, since I didn't really communicate online, is something that I don't exactly know how to name yet. It's I make everything that I need for my body, for my self-care, for my body care, for my hair care, everything I make it myself. I make soap, I make creams, I make shampoo, I make toothpaste, I make deodorant, and the last thing that came in the picture is essential oils, and it's kind of completion on everything what I did until now, because with raw food, with for example chocolate and with cakes, you can always use essential oils. And I was looking for essential oils, food grade, and then I studied more. I kind of I studied all the kinds of essential oils that are on the market right now, and I came up to doTERRA. And
Robocar Poli.
anyway, so yeah, essential oils from doTERRA is the fourth leg at the moment of Shining Mama and of my passions. And just a little bit about so many passions. The thing is, I'm a multi-passionate and multi-focused person. I tried to focus on only one thing, and you know, a lot of people tell you focus on only one thing and try one thing and just do one thing until it succeeds, and then you can try something else. This is not how it works for me. It's not how I work. I tried for many years, but it doesn't work out. And I discovered that there are more people like me, which is kind of interesting. The thing is, these kind of people like me have a lot of names at the moment. There's the multi-passionate, there's the Renaissance person, there's the multi-potentialite. I wrote about it a little bit, but I don't have a clear picture about it. But there are books about it. So when I wrote about it, I kind of started researching it, and I discovered there are a few people, a few different people, that's why there are different names about it, that have this and discovered this, and in their work or even in their lives. people who cannot concentrate on one thing their whole life. And it's not that it's bad to concentrate on one thing or that it's bad to concentrate on many things. It's just that we are different. We are different people. I tried to concentrate on only one thing, and that one thing was architecture for a long time. But the truth is, right now I'm a mother, I'm an artist, I'm a writer, I make raw food, I make boxes, I make raw vegan cosmetica, and I am passionate about essential oils. So that's the truth. And the funny thing is, I made a video like 3 years ago about the whole me and how you're going to get the whole me and everything. The truth is that it was very difficult for me to express this, to express the fact that I am multi-passionate, that I am multi-focused, that I want to do everything that it's a passion for me, and that I'm going to do it well. It's very difficult for people to understand this. For people who are not like this, it's very difficult for people to to accept that other people are different. But yes, people are different. So yeah, the funny thing was about this video that where I said I'm going to show you the whole me and everything. It was not the whole me. And it's probably right now it's also not going to be the whole me. It's right now the whole me like I am now, but the whole me like it develops is different. So yeah, I have a lot of passions, and this is at this moment the whole me. See you tomorrow.